Hi guys, I don't know if there's anyone here yet. I'm going to presume probably not quite yet. People making their way. That's my husband's phone. To listen to that. Okay. Oh, hello. I've got one person here. I'm gonna close my overhead. And oh yeah, I've got to bounce. Here we go. And get this other end of YouTube streaming. I don't know why it's not picking up. Let's try that again. Okay, good. All right, we have an excellent connection, it says. Took me a hot minute, but that's okay. Just getting ready for other people coming in. And if you want to, and you haven't, you can click the link that is posted, pinned at the top of the chat. If you have a question, just go and leave it there. Just leave one if you can, because many times one is long enough. So with other people joining in. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. And I'm just going to allow a few minutes while people come in, as I said. And check out. Yeah, we've got some questions. Definitely. Good. Irene Vera, Sam, the Reiki Master. Hello. It's great to see that you've left me a question. And then Bad Boy Rob. All right. So for right now, that's what we've got going on. The questions here. I know Linda G's just got a live that's probably finishing up. Hey, happy Sunday. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what day it is. You just popping in. Hello, Shield Maiden. Oh, yeah. No worries. Drive safely. Hi, Sharon. You know me, you guys. I got to get, this is a new one. My other one conked out, but this one does not. It's kind of big and unwieldy, but you know what it is. I got to put it on so that I don't get the stupid stenosis headache. It just helps. Oh, no. There we go. So how are you guys doing? Have you had a busy weekend? I couldn't believe it was Sunday already. I just was kind of like, no. And it's like, I'm going to check. Hi, Sam. I see you've left a question. I look forward to reading on it. Just a little chat to get us started and having people come in and get themselves comfortable. I know that there's a lot of lives on Sunday, so I'm very grateful, and I understand some people may be popping over. So hello. I'm glad that you decided to join me. You won't regret it. Well, you might. Buyer's remorse, but that's, kind of one of the fun things too. I'm joking. Maybe. So how are you guys doing? Hey, Ate, hey. Good to see you from the Navajo Nation. Thanks, Tyson. How are you? I still feel like I'm not awake. Maybe, no, I didn't take my antihistamines. I might have to. Everything's blooming, so I've got my little heating wrap on. I'll be flipping this on and off, depending on how bad my muscles get. The great thing is I have it. I feel cozy. I do. I'm in my cozy clothes. I got my Superfly t-shirt on. But I know that you want to. Yeah, my toilet roll for my nose. You know. So I am comfy. I am comfy. I hope you guys are comfortable too. I think that's good. Good. So I'm just getting ready. My bones are cracking here. I'm trying to get all comfortable. And you know what? Sit correctly. That helps so that my back doesn't hurt as much. Boy, did they teach me some stuff while I was in the hospital this summer. But very helpful in a way to not end up being there again. Well, it's a chronic condition. I'm a paraplegic, so as a result of a car accident, like 34 years ago. So it's chronic. But you have your good days and your bad days when you have your days too. So you just try to do the best you can. That's just anyone else. Sorry, my hair today is like driving me a little crazy. Yeah, I'm surprised you did too. Hello, Cecile, all the way from Montreal. Rough these days, eh? And far, yeah. I want to let you guys know I got some really cool cards. These ones are really funny, and they are different. It's so interesting how, like, not surprisingly, because they're symbols, but how every symbol, no matter if it's from a certain culture, of course, or a certain deck, there's a certain energy, that they carry, And so I picked up because I love the artwork. It was the first thing, that draws me is the artwork. So I picked up the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle, and I don't regret it. Sometimes I do regret, but not often. I think I love I love variety. So, that's kind of my deal. But this is super cute. And I will be using it today for people's questions, and we'll take it for a test spin. You guys, I'm going to have to take the antihistamines. Yes, new cards. I just love new cards, and I love the artwork. It's kind of done in a medieval kind of script. It's a quality little set. I got it off Amazon. This one I know I did get off of Amazon. So a lot of times I'll say, I got it off Amazon. No, Etsy. But those are the two places that I buy from. Because I like to try to support, these are my drugs. No, these are my antihistamines so that I don't end up losing my voice. Tarot envy. Yeah, I know. But you know what? The thing is that I buy them, and you guys get the benefit of seeing what they look like before you take them for a test spin, whether or not. So there's the good thing about that. Got my water. We'll be taking, and they're very different. It kind of has like psychedelic stuff in it, flowerful, and there's some really cool. Then they bring in some botanical parts, like number 7 is flowerful and sweet and gentle power, and then the associated plant is borage. And then there's this, so I'll definitely be using the deck on this. And then they use the elements, which I love because that makes sense to me. I can understand that. Antihistamines are your friend most of the time if you get the right kind. All right. And then, of course, I've got I also like this deck a lot of recent, which is the Tattoo Tarot. That one's really speaks to me for some reason. The art, it works for me. And then, of course, I got my trusty Star Tarot, which is I've been using it. It's kind of flipped around a little bit. So I'm just about ready. Thought I had that one sorted. And we can get started. And you can ask any kind of question that you want. It doesn't matter if you want to ask personal, you can ask personal. If you want to ask something that's crazy, silly, ridiculous, absurd, feel free. We are free form today. We are just free flowing. This is another one I got. It's like I tend to buy cards like that are in the process of being made, and then you know how like then all of a sudden they all come in. But this one's called the Painted Tarot. I have not had a chance to use this one quite yet, but I'm loving the book. I'm reading the booklet, and it really gives a lot. Okay, now we have our BlackCat official on the bed with me. Bear, can you say hi? You want to come and sit on my lap, don't you? Well, I don't know that that's going to work, kitty. Oh, I've got my cards where she wants to lay down. She's like, that needs to move. Meow. You want to see the kitty? There. There's Bear. Say hello, Bear. Can you say hello? This is your namesake. Bear will be taking over from here. No, just kidding. All right, you guys. She looked like, what are you doing? You're putting me on, you're putting me on your show. Oh my God. She's such a funny cat. She's clever too. Hi, Beth M. Again, I want to say hello if you're just coming in. I appreciate it. If you have a question, feel free to leave it. The link is at the top of the chat. It's pinned. And man, what happened to my deck? I thought this one was all ready to go. It will be. So, if you haven't left your question, yes, she's a big girl. She's a big kitty. It looks like she's going to make her nest. I'm just going to get my cards warmed up and see how you guys are doing. I see you, a bad boy. I know you've got a question. And we'll get it rolling. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and queue up the questions. She's purring. You can't sit in this area, Bear. You always want to go right where I kind of leave a space open. Okay, so let me just... And I found this really cool graphic of the Empress card, and it has motion, but it's not like your typical, was it GIF? It's really pretty. So it's on the question page. So I'll go ahead and start. I see that we've got questions, and I'll start with Bad Boy Rob's question, which is what to expect in 2022 with love and career. Okay. Here we go. Ha, I did that right. Hey, Faye, how are you? All right. I'm just popping the question in there to highlight for Bad Boy. Bad Boy Rob, your questions first. Okay. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll see what I get with the tarot, and then I'll draw maybe a couple cards from that unicorn oracle just to see what we get, like a clarifier. Yes, my name is Maya. That's how you say it. It's Eastern European. It's a name that you'll see in Finland to Latvia, spelled this way. And it's for the month of May. It's the one of the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. So I've got my my Maya ring on, actually. You guys can't see it there. And she's got stars. So she's a star goddess. I think if they would have told me that about my name when I was little, I would have been like, that's really cool. And not like, it's not like everyone else's. Now I'm very happy to have the name I do. Gotcha, Cecile. But even if you want to ask it, go ahead, because you can always hit the replay if you miss it. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Sam. Because I forget, and a lot of people, the IJ, MAIJA really throws them. They don't know, should that J be silent? It's like, yes, it should be silent. Okay. So Bad Boy Rob, let's dial in and see what's up for you. Oh, yeah. I did remember love and relationships. I also have the affirmators cards here. Okay, so we'll use that because you did ask a question about love, and your question really goes well with this. It's kind of a self-help card, but I'm going to use it as hi JR. I'm going to use it as a clarifier again as well. So we've got you covered with like 3 decks. Let's see how we do. And again, I thank you if you're joining me. Just please remember to hit the thumbs up, because that gets my channel recommended and more visible. Or if you don't like it, you can always give me my first thumbs down. Either way, it gives me interaction, and it's good as far as I'm concerned. Well, it's, I prefer that people enjoy my content, but I do get thumbs down, but only when I typically talk about politics. You expect that, though. People have their, emotions very close to that. So, too tiring, in my opinion. Sometimes. Well, it depends on what it's about. I have my things that I'm passionate about, so gotta be real. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was, I love reading. I'm a book nerd, and I love history, and I want to know where things are from. And I thought, so I traced my name. I knew they always, my family always said, it's for the month of May, the goddess Maya, the spring goddess. And I thought, okay, well, spring goddess, but I want to know where did she, So I read and I found out that she's one of the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. And I thought, well, that makes sense. I like sparkly things. And I'm totally down with that. My grandmother asked me when I was a little girl what I wanted to be growing up. And I was completely serious. I said, queen. And apparently YT has suspended thumbs down. Really? I didn't know that. She thought it was so funny, and I'm sure it was, but it's like, no, I'm still serious. I should be queen, because I knew what I wanted then, and I know what I want now. I always thought that was funny. So finding out that was like, yes, I'm on the right track. Did it already. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you, Tyson. I appreciate that. And my grandmother's name, just speaking of names, I was just thinking of her. She kind of popped into my head because of the names. She's the one that I told I wanted to be queen to when she asked me when I was little. And she started laughing. She was Latvian, and her name is Ausma, and that means morning star. So, she had a badass name. But I like mine. Okay. Bad Boy Rob. Love. Show us Bad Boy Rob's love situation. What does he need to know for 2022? And I ask my ancestors, and I'm asking the higher power that be, the Most High, and all that is of wisdom and truth and love only. Thank you. Okay, Bad Boy Rob's 2022 22, love and career. Yeah, I was thinking work, so good. Okay, let's see what we get. And remember, Bad Boy Rob, I'm going to, of course, my nose starts just to be a tad annoying. So I'm glad I did take the antihistamine. They're a little late in working. Okay, that's Northern California for you. It's always blooming. It's not super warm here, but it's temperate. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. This is something about the past or nostalgia, typically childhood, but that's just the typical card. And you're getting it next to the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new start. So there might be something, I don't know if you would be working with someone that you've known or grew up with, or if it's just there's a past connection to it, a new situation with a job. It could be a new job through somebody that you know or grew up with. But there's some kind of emphasis that way. Let me just scoot this. I've got my laptop up and on a box so I can shift it around. Thank you for drawing attention to that, JR. I really appreciate that. Oh, sorry, Bad Boy Rob. I cannot continue without lipstick. So we're getting the cards of, because we're winter time, we get the light coming in. There's a glare, but we're getting the cards, like I said, to do with, it's making me feel like there's some opportunity through a past link. And I feel like it could be a sister or brother, it could be a sibling, or it could be a friend. You know, they might hear of a job or say, you know, something like that. Okay. And get the Queen of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Okay, now that is a woman that is pulled back and thinking. But I feel like it's more an aspect of yourself maybe here. It's like you're not, I'm sensing you still kind of feel meh maybe about this offer, not terribly excited in some ways, but I think that you might be in for a surprise if that's the case. I think there's something better than you're thinking. It just feels like you've not been in a situation where that you've been terribly motivated by. And I think the Queen of Swords is a part of you that's like trying to remain orderly, motivated, strategic, where that's concerned. Does that make any sense? I'm not seeing anything. All right. But I see independence here and freedom. And there is like tradition, or I feel like there's a skill that might have, I don't know what you do, but there might be some sort of training or room to go up, train up to where you're being taught something that's a valuable skill. So yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if there is something here with someone offering you a job that might be somebody that you're familiar with, be it a family member or sibling type of energy, or somebody that was like a sibling to you. Hi, Sheila. It just feels like there might be some sort of a channel where work comes in that way. And you're kind of like in a meh feeling up to this point. And I think that's definitely perhaps going on in the present time. But it looks good. It looks better than you might be willing to initially consider with that 9 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Because there's an opportunity to be more independent, and it's more interesting. And I think you'll find it more interesting, and the environment feels better, and there's structure. And I feel like there's mastery. There's the ability to I feel like in this job or this, and it feels like it's going to be something new. There's levels of learning somehow, some way. Okay. So don't be surprised if you're kind of like continuing in this kind of a not seeing anything that really excites you work wise, but I feel like something is definitely coming, and it's the beginning of a work that you can build upon, where you could learn very valuable skills and work more independently, and especially with more perhaps say in what you're doing. All right. I'm not quite sure, so you're going to have to let me know. And we get the King of Cups, and I see you moving forward like it's going to get better. It's like you make up your mind, and you move out of the kind of the meh into I know exactly what I want to do and where I need to go. Uh, and I see you helping other people and other people helping you. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of a new world that kind of opens up, or other opportunities that open up around about the time you're getting some work, maybe through the mouth of a family member or a contact, through a sibling, maybe. I'm not sure. Hi, IT guy. How are you? And I just feel like mentally and just work wise, things kind of start to fall better into a more comfortable, less. You feel more present. I like right now. I feel like you don't really feel like excited by anything, or necessarily too present. It's just kind of restless is what I get. But I feel like to tell you to hold on, that on the horizon is something, like I said, new, and it's probably through a contact of your past. You do reading for people. Well, maybe it's a new client. or because there's something new starting, and it is in the physical realm, and you're independent working, and you will do well for yourself. Perhaps maybe where in the past it's been kind of I see a better cycle no matter what it is. That's interesting though, and it makes sense because I see you as a King of Cups, so you have an empathy, and I see you moving forward. So if you're and you're helping other people to move forward, who I think as well have been stuck. And maybe this could be even a client for all I know, this queen. But I feel like the energy's been that way for a lot of people. Hi, Flowing. How come I have a wrench? Because I have honored you with a wrench. In case anybody gets too rowdy, Mom Nancy, you are to put them in a, you are to hide the channel from them. Hide them, and you are, I give that so often when I go through my folks, if they are here for a lot of my lives. I'm so happy to see you here too. Everybody that's joined me, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you would be so kind as just to put the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. So I do see you, Bad Boy Rob, as that empathetic man here. And it's just kind of like you're out. I almost feel like you're kind of like out of gear for the moment. And I think a lot of it's COVID related as well, because that Four of Cups makes me feel like people emotionally are kind of flat. It's like the fizz going out of the ginger ale. Ugh. But I see we get a revitalization, bubbles come back in here, and it looks like your work numbers go up. That's why you get that building beginner block of that ace. The ace is the beginner block number that you should be able to build upon. And with pentacles, it usually indicates work that is maybe an initiatory start of, but that will have promise, to carry on and become more. And that looks quite well for you. So work looks good. Now I have the impulse that I want to follow, which is to use the Affirmators deck. I'm just dying to get my little mitts on it. Again, I'm sorry about, I know the light's funny. You're getting this weird effect, and I'm sure that all of you just can't stand it. But it's just the lighting. The sun is going west. So anyway, here's the deck I'm going to use. Affirmators, love. It's really more, like I said, a self-help thingy, but well, let's try it. And thank you for allowing me to do so, Rob. It's really an honor to read for people. Okay, make sure I've got, okay. This is the back of the art deck. Just like to quick share. You can always combine an unboxing with a reading all at once. These are really, these are very flexible, kind of, but they do have a slight laminate matte. That's good. They shouldn't stick. Okay. Bad Boy Rob's Love. Sorry, I got an itch. It's neurological stuff. And it manifests as an itch sometimes right up around here. Oh, stop. Stop. I can't wait to use these. So, Bad Boy Rob's Love. I'm asking Bad Boy Rob's ancestors and mine to please help me to read accurately and clearly for him. These are so cute. I'm a child. I really am. If it's got cute artwork or something nice with colors, and I am unapologetically so. I take great joy in simple things. Bad Boy Rob, Love 2022. Well, I feel like there could be something new coming, but we'll just see what we pick up. Wanted to give these a good shuffle because straight out of the box. So let me just pull the camera now kind of towards me. Stay. All right. That's better. The only thing is my hands are a little dry. Okay, we get the card of receiving, okay? And it says, I allow, this is what you need to keep in mind for it. I open up and allow myself to receive love in all ways from all directions. So just open yourself, be open. All right. It may seem scary, but it's better than receiving audits, right? At least it's not a tax audit. And bed bugs or hate mail. Yeah. So your little mantra should be, I receive love. It feels so good that I decide to receive it some more, and then some more, and maybe just a wee bit more. So the message here is for you to open up with and just be conscious. Just even, and you probably do, just set the intention. No matter what we do in life, setting the intention is really paramount. And I was sitting here one day and I was thinking about that, Rob, and I was thinking like how when I set my intention, when I go to read, things just seem to flow a little bit better. And where I need to change or adapt, I kind of sense it. So I think that as with anything, whether it's work or love, set your intention and consciously set it as much as you can that you are open to receiving love that's healthy from, set that intention and just constantly every day. because there's something about opening up that's important for you. There might be a bit of fear that's holding you back. And that's what I'm thinking if I'm getting that card. All right, curiosity. The card of curiosity for you. Meeting new people. I remember what a treasure trove of opinions, interests, and stories they are. But these treasures will only be unlocked if I embrace my curiosity. So I'll be curious and you be interesting. Deal? This is really cool. So that I like that kind of advice. I think you will be meeting new people. And there's a little bit of advice that comes with it, to open up, okay, and set your intention that you are open to a healthy relationship and that you are curious to know about people and ask people what their opinions and interests in the stories that they have. Because if you don't ask them, that these stories never get told. And I think the point is that it takes two people, somebody to ask the question and then somebody to answer it. So I think you will meet somebody. And the little bounce of adjustment that they want you to make is just to be mindful about being open to meeting someone and consciously make the intention of healthy. For some reason, I feel like 4. I always do 4. 4 to me, though, is a very grounded number. So I feel good with drawing you 4 cards on this. Here's the card of sensuality. And this is food for thought in the meantime, right? And it says, this is a bonus card you drew. Woo-hoo. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily, quote unquote, not quote unquote, but in parentheses, mean that you're a middle-aged swinger. All right. It simply means that you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the senses. I think you may have needed to hear this. Only you know. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you, the taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy? Question mark. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses grab hold of, even if that means you are being sensual. So it's talking about relaxing, opening up and relaxing a bit, not being too, Same, Sam. And the next card you get is Perspective, Bad Boy Rob. I really like using these for advice because I feel like they make sense. And they're kind of snarky, so they're kind of fun. Okay, so here's the last one. What does a hawk see when it flies over your house, besides a family of mice living nearby that you don't know about? What will your current problems, conflicts, complaints look like when you're 80 years old and you gaze back at the timeline of your life? In this moment, you are being given the gift of clear perspective, okay? And that is of knowing that in the end, everything is going to be probably much better than okay. Think large and big enough, because when you do, then issues will seem small, because to an 80-year-old hawk, they are. And you're really onto something. So it's about perspective. You only, YOLO. I don't know about that. But while you're here, have a good time. This deck is really awesome. I'm enjoying it. It's really more for self-help, but I thought it would be good for clarifier, and I'm right. It's the app, and affirmators have a lot of different decks. Now, this one's for love, okay? Love and relationships. They have affirmators, and then they have different ones. So this one, if you like it, is make sure you get this one on love. 50 affirmation cards. I got, now this I did get off of, I do think I got it off Amazon, but type it in, see what you get. You can get it at knockknockstuff.com, like a knock knock joke. God, my hands are shaking. There you go. If you don't want to use Amazon or whatever. Okay. So perspective and sensuality and opening up and setting an intention that you are open. Okay, firstly, set the intention when you whatever you want, when it's something that you, but make sure that you're open to receiving it. And that is that you're willing to put your fears, and left aside, that you're open. Because a lot of times we don't realize that we might send mixed signals out of fear or awkwardness. Maybe we haven't dated in a long time or something like that. And this is to remember that it's okay to be a sensual human being, and that indeed you need to honor that part of yourself so that maybe you feel more sexy, that you feel like you're more desirable. Get into that gear. There's a part of you that's fun that you're missing out on. And I think you understand. If you read people, I think that this will answer the question. And I do see that when you start sending out I do too, Faye, when you start sending out the signals, I think you'll start drawing in. It's knockknockstuff.com. So don't forget the stuff. Knockstuff, STUFF.com. Cute. I'm getting a little dry here. But I feel like work, there's something coming, maybe through somebody you're familiar with, like a family member, possibly a sibling. Sometimes, this deals, it could be kind of, there's a certain nostalgia around it. But it could also, I just feel like there's a new start of a cycle that's coming in where you get more work and you're able to work independently and do comfortable, because when you get the 9 of Pentacles, Rob, that is good with work and income. It means you're living comfortably, and you may not be a billionaire, but you've got your bills paid, you have money for a little extra, and you're happy. So 2022 looks like a better year for you, because I did kind of get a lot of meh energy before. So keep me posted. It's so true. And I love it. I love how many new decks come out. You guys want to know how many decks I have? It's too many. But what I really need to do is refine. I need to go through. But sometimes, the thing is with decks is that even if you don't use them initially, sometimes like a book, you can go back to it and it opens up and you're like, I just needed to wait. The mini tarot cards, you mean like the teeny tiny ones? I mean, those I can't use. I think they're cute as heck, though. Anything small that's tarot. I'm a pentacle person, so I like tchotchkes and all that kind of stuff. Too much, probably. Sounds super cute. There it is, JR. Yeah, that would be correct. All right, so that's fun. It looks good. It looks good. I hate it when I swallow air. So again, if you guys want to leave a question, feel free. There's still time. It's pinned at the top. Just click that link. You know the drill. Well, maybe you don't. It'll take you to my community page where your question has a chance of not being lost, so it's safer there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sonia. Little Reiki for Sonia. There you go. You just got to receive it. And anybody else, you can receive this. Okay, let's go on to the next question. I hope that you get to feeling better. There's all kinds of neat stuff with the tarot cards. I like that they're doing it because, I love art and jewelry and I've got my candle lit. So I'm adding you and everyone's intentions to the family altar with the candle going every day. If I don't do that, it's like now I feel like it's like I didn't brush my teeth or something. I'm serious. It's like it feels wrong. Let's see. Let's carry on. All right, Sam, the Reiki master. Would love to have a question, of course. Will I have success in locating the missing person? Cold case. Ooh, you know that I love that kind of stuff. I think we talked about this with dowsing rods in the place that I think that they are. Ooh, good question. I love. All right, let's copy sugar. Alrighty. I'm just gonna. I never forget your daughter, Nancy, ever. You have no, don't fear that at all, because let me tell you, I do. It's like she's part of it with my family over there. And when I do think of her all the time, that's part of why I also wanted to, because you and I have talked a bit, I wanted to throw a wrench at you. It's like, have some fun with that. Nancy needs to have some fun. You have way too much serious stuff. So I'm just straightening out a deck because I like to, when I read for people, I like to make sure that my cards aren't all janky. So you can talk amongst yourselves for a second and I will do Sam's question because I want to make sure that we do take our time with this. My God, I have way too much sheet. And my tiny hands. I'm a petite person, so. Okay, Sam. I'm glad you do. Nancy, if you want, if you email me your address, I can send you when I make a new, I'm going to be making new t-shirts for the channel and updating it, having a bit more fun. If you send me your address, I'll be sure to have one sent to you. Okay? Thank you, Lana. I appreciate that. And again, thank you to any and all who are here, whether you're lurking or whatever the case may be. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I really do. It's really, the light is really pretty here today. It's quite a nice day. I just wish that it was tomorrow was Sunday and not today, but then I wouldn't be able to have this live right now. So then I kind of don't want that, but. All right. In all seriousness now, I'm going to read on Sam and the dowsing rods and Sam finding the location of the missing person that they're working on. Let's take a look. Not yet, sorry. I mean, let's be looking at it. I feel like I still need to shuffle. So I'm asking Sam's Ancestors. I like working through the ancestors. I do. And mine, to assist me to read accurately and clearly. And of course, my other spiritual mentors. Will Sam find, using dowsing rods, the location of a missing person that they are working on? Will they find them? Will Sam find them with the dowsing rods? Will he find the location? Will that work or lead them? I'm going to say them, Sam, because I don't know how you identify. And I find it's a safe one to use. To locate. I'm just trying to open that channel so we could get some information. And what does Sam need to know about using the rods? Anything else, that you want to share with Sam about using the rods to locate missing persons? Okay. Every time I put this person to the side, they pop back in my mind. Oh, you know what that means. Ooh, Tyson, having Navajo tea on, and smoking my Navajo medicine. Also burning cedar. Oh, that's so nice. I love cedar. You know what? I wish I was there too with you. I sit right there with you, my friend. Sam, I want to make sure I get your... What? Okay. You just described my idyllic place and way of chilling out, Tyson, for real. All right. So this person keeps popping back in. That means that, there's something that they're wanting your attention. Let's just put it that way. We all know what that means. It means pay attention. And someone's wanting your attention. And again, just want to say hello to all of you that may be joining. I see that some more people are coming in. I appreciate that. We're reading on Sam, the Reiki. I'm going to make sure I say your name right. The Reiki master. If they are going to be able to locate a missing person that they're working on with their dowsing rods. You get the Chariot. Interesting, because I always feel like it is such a moving energy with the dowsing. The water is moving, it's a moving force, and chi is moving, as you know, you're Reiki master. I don't have to tell you, you could tell me plenty, because you're a teacher, but I think, yes, this is success. And this is negotiating obstacles. And this just really gives me the energy of you being led by, look, the reins. Okay, but he's not holding any reins. Actually, it's by the mind. So it's like you're a channel, as you know, when you douse or do the cards or, frankly, take a shower. You're open, up, and that's why the things can kind of come through, like that you didn't realize you were thinking about or weren't thinking about. You open that up literally, and oh yes, Sam, I think you will, or you will get information that's very pertinent. This is heightened energy with the Knight of Swords. It comes in fast and furious. It's intense. Okay, I really, when I put the two of them together, look at that. It's like you pick up lightning with those rods. Just don't go out in a thunderstorm, okay? Are they copper? It was a young man. Okay. And the knight could also be the young man, because this would be somebody, if we're looking at a person up to, and we are, here, um, can be a young person that I consider 34 young. And I find it more often than not is an accurate reflection of somebody that. So would that make any sense? Sam, is this person like under like 35? Wow. Tyson, I'm gonna have to get that recipe. And you have a young friend who wants to help. You know, seriously, I think you're going to have some very intense experiences. I don't know if you've used them before for this, or if you've just used them for locating water or other things, but this is like a whole nother level. And it's this case, I think this person really wants to be found. I feel like I almost get a sense of this person like, if we could see them, they would be like shouting at you, like, get your dowsing rods, come on, man. Um, super excited. You can see that the energy's intense, and you get the Ace of Swords. That's clarity, and you get Temperance. So, yes, I see there's some tempering that you'll have to do, but you'll know. I just feel like it's like tuning a radio. I feel like you're such a clear channel. I think you'll be able to find this one, or something pertinent. Something is very like on point here. It's weird. Um, I think you'll have very positive results. Yeah, that's my husband's phone. Sorry. I tried to make sure mine was off, but I can't reach his. So I can't do that. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to have to ask him next time to take it with him. You have no experience with it? Maybe you should. Maybe that is something you should definitely do. Oh my God, I'm going to friggin' kill him. I swear. All right. All right. Thank God that's over with. But I think you will. That's my email. Thank you. It's, he's got to have stuff like that will get his attention, but he just left it charging, and I wish Daddy would have taken it in there with him. I'll have to ask him to do that next time. All right, so let's take a look at, I want to look at this just a little bit more. So you said it's a 15-year-old boy. I think it was. You know what? I think you could be right. It's kind of like ding, ding. There's the alarm. I told you it was coming in fast and furious. You were enjoying that. Maybe they'll call back. Well, at least it's I find it annoying because it's like, oh man, I'm trying to, control everything in my environment to offer a live that isn't full of ringtones. But hey, at least if it's going to happen, it could have been a lot worse. He used to have this one ringtone. I hated. Okay. I feel like I've got to shuffle this. I want to look at the young man that you're, it's too early to be so tired. You sound like you need a little bit of caffeine, Sonia, and you're sick. Can you order the Yanaba tea? I can order it from Amazon. Ooh, thank you. I love tea. I love warm drinks. I will be on that, seriously. That's crazy. I think you're meant to do the cold cases. At least this one. This person's really reaching out to you. And that's why I feel like with that intensity of, excuse me, stupid air in my chest, with the cards you were getting, this person is do you ever have any dreams, Sam? 15 years old. Let me also ask if there's something that he wants to say to you, because there's clearly something he's wanting to say. And if we give him the floor, it might be helpful also for him, because there's something very urgent there. I can't imagine it would be like wanting to be found, yes. Or, mm. That's one thing. That's why I like to do the readings on cold cases, because I hate injustice. I really do. It's like, what is wrong with people? Okay. Let's try and tune in. Okay. I want to ask what his message is. I don't need the name or anything. Does he have a message for you? So I'm asking the ancestors and the Holy Spirit to guide and assist his spirit so that he is found soon as possible, and answers of who did this, whatever, be known, forthcoming. How long ago was this? Did that happen to you too, children? Missing for over 30 years. I didn't see that. Yeah. I think it's good to do, as long as you try to be mindful about, of course, and I trust you guys, and I know that you're very, empathetic, that if you're doing something where you're putting up something live, or not live, but like a video, got to try to remember too, relatives, people seeing it. It's one of the reasons I'm just not that way anyway. Like, I'm not going to go into gratuitous graphic details about what happens to people. It's not, yuck. Man, you guys is annoying. Sorry, kid. Hold on. He's probably like, you and your nose, lady. All right. I'm giving some room so I can lay down the cards for his message. Is there a message you would like to give Sam? What is your message for Sam? I'm asking this 15-year-old boy that was missing for 30 years. What is your message? I want to give you your chance to voice. Okay. Okay, more than one person. This is something that he's wanting to make known, and usually when I get this card dealing with other people, that there were other people. This could be people he was working with, could even be well, he wasn't working, so that wouldn't apply to him, but it could be school, work or school, but more than one person. And usually what you find when I get this card is that there was a main person sometimes, and then they have, an idiot, a lackey to help them. And it was someone he knew. There's nostalgia again with that 6 of Cups, and it does go back to the past. So I feel like these were people he knew. Thank you. Thank you. I got some new products for my face, and I'm really liking the moisturizer. Thank you so much. Okay. And the 4, interesting. Also, we go from the 3 to the 4. Um, it's is secure. He needed help. This was about getting help. Or he was trying to get help. I think they were, I don't know what the deal is in the case, but they could have also wanted to rob him with that 4 of Pentacles. As I don't know if that was an aspect of what went on, but there's something definitely about things of value here. And I think he was outnumbered, if that makes any sense. With the case that you're looking at. Yeah. And I think trying to be himself, he just wanted to be himself here. Yes. But I just don't think that they may have thought too that he had more things of value on him than he did. And I do see, again, a very childish like energy around him. And he's kind of like taken by surprise. So he's talking about, I think somebody was jealous in and among a peer group or something of him. That makes sense. Good. Well, then I think we know that you might come away with some very interesting results with those dowsing rods. Try them and let me know, because seriously, yeah, look, the devil, I think he's wanting to talk about what went on and partying maybe with that 3 of Cups. For me, that's like, again, he's saying 3, maybe it was just him and a couple other people or a small number, but I'm feeling like probably a pretty solid him, maybe, another person or two. And it looks like you're not, people being under the influence. It becomes, what was fun becomes a very oppressive nightmare. Yeah. And we go back to the Pentacles again, 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords, not wanting to give something of value, whether it's your life or something more, or not participate in taking something. There was a conflict of interest there. Definitely. And it could have been that maybe one of the person involved or that knows about it didn't want to do it or didn't, I'm not sure. But these people were known, so he's wanting that. I feel like he's kind of been in an in-between state, and that's why he's wanting so much your attention, keep popping back up, won't kind of let you just forget about him. The Star. I think you'll be guided. And the thing is just to kind of open, and with the energy and you know how to channel. So anyway, that's very interesting. You'll have to let us know what happens. I got to know now. Unfortunately, there was some darkness with the men, ill intention towards young people. Well, that makes sense, because it looks like you're dealing with a small group, like little sick bunch of, or team, not nice. That's funny. I kind of got the idea of dark here too. But do you mean flowing when you asked, did he have dark here? Let's take a look. I was just going to say, I'm worried that he hasn't, because I didn't get any cards, Sam, I got cards of making me feel like he's kind of with that star card as well. He's like in an in-between state. It kind of made me feel that way. Let me just see with the cards, though. Has he been able to transition? I'm getting no, just with intuition. He has blonde hair. I wonder if it's like, is it like dirty blonde or is it really bright? I didn't really get it. But maybe, are you saying the guy that, was it, maybe you're picking up on it, one of the people that was there too flowing. I have no idea. But has he been able to transition? What is his transition status? And 30 years there may not seem like long. The time is way different. Get the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. I'm feeling like this is somebody that's waiting for him. I don't know that he has, but I think he's on a precipice, quite possibly, because this is the opening up of an emotion. It's a lot of emotion. And it feels like reunion to me. Ace of Swords, yeah. And the Lovers is reversed. And I don't usually read reverse cards, but to me, if I would have gotten it like this, I would have said, yeah, he's completely transitioned. But the weird thing was I went through that deck. I tried to correct all the cards I could. And that came up reversed. My intuitive feeling, not the sword, the Lovers. This is that completion of a reunion. It doesn't feel like it's been able to be completed. Not fully. I feel like he's been able to a certain degree, but not fully to where he would say 100%. Yeah. I think he's waiting to expand his energy out from where he's at. So I think he's wanting to go and advance forward. And maybe even with just communicating with you might do it for him. He's watching you. The Page of Swords. So that's why I don't think he has entirely. I get like he's kind of in an in-between realm of some kind. Hi, Ushani. Hey, you made it to the live. Right on. No, not a problem. I'm glad that I was able to read on it. Your energy was really easy to read, and that's helpful. Some people, I struggle to read them. It's true, but other people are very easy, clear to read. So thank you for that. And do let me know. I really do think it is worthwhile for you to develop the skill. And I think, yes. And that's probably why he's like, and why I'm getting, it would make sense to me, why I'm getting the Knight of Swords kind of energy where he's like, pay attention, please. I mean, I can't imagine the urgency. So here he sees your light because you're a Reiki master, you're empathic, and you care. Cool, Ushani. I'll get that. So you're doing, that's a very holy work. And I would just say, go ahead and start with the dowsing rods. Maybe, start at home and see if you can see if you can find out where all those socks go that no one can find. But seriously, put it into practical use. I really think you're more psychic than you think, Sam. I think you just, part of your thing is that you need to open up and kind of get out of your own way with it. And I believe that with the tool of the dowsing rods might help you to kind of shift your consciousness. I think you can very much shift your consciousness, and that's all you're doing. The psychic is where you're utilizing a different part of your brain that's more activated than some people, you know. Shield Maiden says dowsing rods are pretty accurate. I've never used them, but I think they're really cool. And I support you in using them. So let me know. Let me know. We're all going to be wanting to know. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I did too, Anna Banana. Mm-hmm. Yes, you know, find out where all those socks are going. You know, the remote. May put into real serious practice. It sounds funny and it is good for a laugh, but you know, next time you lose the remote or you can't find something or somebody's like, I don't know where. So wait a minute. Because that's how better way to learn. Okay. Oh, we have a few. Lana P. I see your question. D or Die. I think it's D. And then P44. I just want to put the like button on all of these so I can make sure I see them all. Okay. So now I'm seeing that Lana P is the next one. How will my stressful week go? Any resolution? All right, let's take a look at your stressful week. Copy. And Lana P. Yeah, that's really cool. Maybe you can talk a little bit more, Shield Maiden, about how, you know, what about using them. I always thought, you know, water witching was really cool. But it's really just being a channel. I knew people back in Missouri that did that. Well, like I didn't know them, but like their uncle or whatever, they would say, oh, yeah, they do it. There was one person I recall. I always thought, that's so neat. Okay, so let me just shift gears and maybe shift the deck. Okay, so I'm reading on Lana P and how her week will go and if there's going to be any resolution. So I'm asking my spiritual mentors and ancestors to help me. And Lana or Lana. So I can read on her. Accurately and clearly dial in. How we're, oh my God, I can't talk. How will her week go? And what is the advice that she might want to bear in mind to make it easier? Oh, Bear looks so cute. Okay, I do see the 5 of Cups. I can see that you're tired. That's certainly exhaustion. And I see the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be, I don't know if it's financial or not, but it is something with it, you know, going on within the earthly realm, perhaps of value. And, you know, dealing with that. But I also get the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. This makes me feel good. It looks hell of a lot brighter than the 5 of Cups and that even that Ace of Pentacles popping out. Let me just put that there so you can kind of see. I hope you can see. All right. So this is what you're stepping into. And this is where you've been. I feel like there is going to be a decision. I think there will be some kind of a choice. And I don't know if this is to do with a brother or a sibling or something of the past where there's nostalgia. Again, we've got that card of the Six of Cups, or family stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Tyson. I try to, this is the only way, that I read is I want people to understand, because if I just say, well, oh, this, and this, and some people do that and that works for them. But my parents were teachers, so I guess it's in the blood. I like to try to have people understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, or that, my perspective. And, they can, anybody, you can have a different perspective. That's fine. And if you get something different out of it, that's cool. Everybody just be willing to share if you want, pull cards if you'd like. So I see something working out. I do. I get the Empress and the Ten of Cups. So that looks like it'll end up being okay. More than okay. It should be. And I do see a decision of some kind. So I think the positive thing too with these other two cards, not only are they comforting and wonderful to see, with the Empress and the Ten of Cups, but it's dealing with abundance. The Empress is the mother, the wife, and then when we go to the archetype, it's also the Mother Earth. It is abundance. It is the harvest and having enough. And the Ten of Cups, the 10 is the last number in that suit. It is the fullness of the Ten of Cups, literally. So I feel like something very satisfying comes out as a result. People feel like very nurtured or nourished, or like they've gotten a tidy packet or something of value. They feel positive, like nourished. The Empress is what you want to see. So it looks like it will. Business stuff, no family stuff. Yeah, it looks like there's a considerable amount of money, but I see some kind of, like, the energy looks like it's being settled. Yeah, that now we have the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, wild. Okay, now you guys might get this sometimes. So, the Empress and the Emperor are kind of like bookends, right? So they show up as bookends, but they also show up as bookends with a 10 each, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Now, she has the Cups and he has the Pentacles. So I think there will be some negotiation that is pleasing, maybe to both parties, or to those involved. It looks very lucrative. And the 10 says to me, they've played it out to that's the final end of that. It's decided upon. So I feel like the long answer to that through the cards, though, is yes. I think it will be settled. I think things look, much happier. I think you're going to end on a high note. So, maybe just regardless, make sure you have some of your favorite relaxation stuff, I don't know, for when you get home, because I think you're going to be able to relax really nicely. Okay, it looks like it'll work out. All right, let's go to the next one. I was like looking around. Where am I? All right, now this is for D. Let's see. Yeah. Who will come towards me in love in 2022? Old or new energy? Yeah, let's take a look. Okay, we'll use the love cards, right? The affirmation cards. See what we get. Kind of fun using them. Yes, please do hit the like button if you would. I agree, Anna. That's a great idea. Okay, I did. All right, so D. Let's get the love cards. The love boat. Oh, okay. give you the little extras. I was going to make sure that okay. Yeah. All right. There we go. So again, I'm using the Affirmators Love and Relationships deck. Get that a little push. Ooh, it's going to be a real pretty sunset out over the water. I live close to the water, but I certainly don't have the money for a view. I'm too poor for that. That's okay. All right. Again, if you can put the thumbs up, that's great. Donations are welcome. Thank you so much. And if you can't make a donation, don't worry about it. Just put the thumbs up and share. That's wonderful. And I am very grateful for that. Okay, so now we're going to look at D, and we're going to look at, since we're going into that new year, how the energy of 2022 looks for her with love. And I like that the deck gives you kind of another perspective to consider, like in the interim, rather than just kind of feeling like, I haven't got anybody. I want to meet someone. I'm tired of this. I know what that feels like. I remember that. When you want to meet somebody and you're like, okay. Let's see what we get. D, 2022. So I'm asking my spiritual mentors and hers to help me, to guide her accurately and clearly. Ask the ancestors. Okay. D, love, 2022. What's the love look like? The love window of 2022 for D. What does she need to know? Thank you, ancestors. Thank you. Okay. When I go to get this, it is a little dry. The word is levity. Okay. Now, it says laughter is the best, and it's legal, medicine. And it looks like it's time for you to try a sweet, sweet hit of it. When someone annoys you or a plan goes awry, try finding something funny in there. And if you ever feel like the butt of the joke, remember that the only difference between someone laughing at you and someone laughing with you is that in the first version, you're not laughing. You always have the option, so opt in to lighten up. It's legal in almost 200 countries. Okay, and then we have the card of integrity, and this is funny. I like this. It's a water bison, I'm pretty sure. And he's smoking a pipe, sitting in his chair, chillaxing. I think he's rather cute. Look, he's got a degree of something. Or is that just like a home sweet home? No, it's home sweet. Home is where the heart is. Okay, integrity. Now, it's talking about aligning the center of yourself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from that core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. Anybody is in italics. Okay, I can live a life that doesn't include settling unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Paradoxes hurt. So it's about, first, I think if in order to get that for you, I feel like there's the need of lightening up, bringing in more laughter, and where integrity is just not settling for anybody that is not quite for you. If you find like that person's just not for me, don't think that, and maybe you don't, that you're probably not going to get anything better, but I think you are. Thank you, Tara Kelly. So much listening. Now, listening says, I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear words that others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding behind their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. Okay. Well, it's talking about listening, and we get also a card of wholeness. And these are the things I think that you going to definitely be able to draw in. But these are like important things to keep in mind. And I'm seeing a little theme of, not settling, not feeling like that there's no that this is all that there's going to be. So maybe you have to endure. No. Don't be with those that you don't have an interest, even if people try to push you two together. Now, the listening is talking about really listening, maybe really listening to what people say and reading them a bit more to see if they would really be someone that you would be interested in. I think it's more about becoming aware of what you want in someone and what you don't want, if you ask me. Because I see it coming, but it looks like there's a little block here. And I feel like the wholeness, I am complete, whole, filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and the gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. For your information, it says, to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally awesome and welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. So it's asking you to realize that there's nothing wrong with you. Okay. I missed the first part of the reading, so that's fine. Levity. It's asking you to bring in levity and integrity to make sure that you are listening to what people say and they don't say, and don't settle for less. You're better than that, is basically is what it's saying. And unless you want that, you don't have to settle for less. I'm sure you probably feel like you know that. But here's the thing. It's saying that listening is important in 2022 because it's going to tell you a lot about the people that you are going to be meeting, or so you can weed them out. And just realize that if you don't have a great deal of people at first or somebody that's interesting, I feel like it's saying realize that you're whole, okay? And to just enjoy that and listen to the people that you do come and cross paths with. I think levity is going to be needed. I think that too many people, honestly, are way too serious. And that's part of the awkwardness. But I feel like just lightening up, laughing is important. Ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel, and I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. I feel like there's just some things that they want you to do. To realize that if you don't need to settle. That's definitely the message. Listening is important. There may be a thing where you're missing some cues and that you need to make sure you find somebody that's capable of laughing. I'm really getting that. And also somebody that is responsible. I have no idea what the past dating experience has looked like, but it's calling for with open eyes, listening to what they're saying, and realizing that you don't The weeding out is perfectly okay. So it's saying that even if you have to take the long way around, where connecting where people are concerned, there's something to be learned. I think initially there may be in 2022 the need to just hone what it is you're wanting from another person. Write it down if you haven't. I'm serious. And then think about what the kind of people that you want to attract, what they would likely say, as opposed to perhaps what you've been pulling towards you or allowing to be with you, because there's something definitely that needs to shift. And it deals definitely with, I think, confidence. And just know that I think also when you meet people, if they're not for you, certain people will not be for you. Yeah, this is a year of also cleansing. It says the feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings. There's just some things that need to be cleared, I feel like, to meet a better quality person. And we all have it. I had to do it too. And mystery objects in those boxes that you might have that you don't realize. So you kind of need to look in your closet, look. I do. I feel like there's something here that just to become more mindful of. Literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies, add verbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is a bit cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy major guilt-free flush out. I do feel like that is making sense. I hope, Di, that it does. And not to worry, you can always find new bric-a-brac or metaphorical clutter in the section of Craigslist. So I just feel like there's something about levity and not settling for anybody that doesn't realize that you are a whole person and that you need more from somebody. And that you need somebody that takes ownership of themselves, is a full grown up. And if they can't be that, then you're going to go and find where these people are. So I think that you will meet someone, but it looks to me, in all honesty, like there is some clearing work and some clarifying work to do with asking yourself what kind of person you're ready for in your life, and write it down. And so that when you go out and you meet these people, don't settle for this guy or this person or that person. I really do feel like there's some clearing work first this year. And, there's no reason that you won't meet someone, but I feel like it's saying in order to draw the type of person that you need to, there's a little bit of work you need to be doing. And I'm more than willing to help you if you want that. Because it looks to me like is there been a pattern of drawing unsatisfactory types or people that you think are okay, and then because to me it looks like there's a cue that is being missed. And I think you will meet people, but I think the year of 2022 is going to be a lot about meeting people and kind of weeding out what's close, what's maybe a complete miss. So if you haven't sat and really thought it out, I think it's important work. All right. That may not be a great reading, but I hope that it was helpful. Okay. All right, let me get to the next one. So you asked for old or new energy. They're asking you definitely to release old energy so you can make way for new. And don't settle for like what you would in the past. Don't be if you catch yourself, D, like falling in the steps of the past, realize that you're in a new cycle and you just have some unfinished business to clear out to meet somebody of quality. Okay. So, Yushani, you're next. I got your reading. It's good though, because if you don't do this work, you're not, I see you doing this work. And I think that it's pointing you in the awareness of you deserve better. And you may not realize, but you do, and you may not realize what you're doing in some respects. So it's good to write down and just slow down and think on it and realize, hey, you're worth it. And you don't want to repeat patterns that are just gonna, because that happens. We definitely have our patterns. Okay, Yushani. So I kind of get this feeling, I just have to say this, that the first, and let me know if I end up being anywhere near the mark. I have a feeling that the first 4 to 6 months of the new year, you will be clearing this like kind of purge and thinking of and like realizing that you've changed and grown and kind of clearing out. And then I think the second half of the year is going to be getting out there with this new attitude and this new mindset. And that's going to draw completely different people. So let me know. I'm so curious to see how it goes. Okay. All right, Yushani, how are you today? Live on Sunday. Thank you. Thank you. Powerful soul. I have been feeling okay. Like you won't be here for long. I do recall that you've said that before. Death and the number 8. I think we've read about this before. Okay, I met a guy who told me I was the 8. Okay. To the point where I met a guy who told me I was the 8. I didn't know what it meant, but I learned a lot from him. Okay. It's not rare, though, for people to randomly tell me weird things. I feel you. Yes, since a child. So you're very empathic. Okay. Some weird names came to me. Okay. Meaningful. Bella Dove, King Styles, and an image of a bear with an 8 on its back. Okay. He's white with other markings and a black 8. I'm also I don't know if I got everything, but you know what? I would say a bear for me is strength, and white. It depends on what the color white to you means. Okay, for me it means like snow, or I think of the direction north when when I think of white for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so I would advise you to ask yourself and get a notebook, Yushani, and write down what you think about bears. When you just ask yourself, and I think you'll decode your own thing here. But I'm seeing, and we'll take a look at Bella Dove, King Styles, okay? And we'll look at the death thing. It could just be also that you have a great deal of mediumistic skills or energy that you can tap into. So let's take a look. All right. Well, I won't be using the affirmators deck. Let me see. I'm going to use I think I'm going to go ahead and try the unicorn and the tarot. So I'll try this one, the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. Let's see what we get with it. Now, this one is really different. And some of the writing is rather small, so I might have to be like, trying to see everything. Good night, Sam. Let me know how that goes. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I kind of get the idea, Yushani. And let's just take a look and see what we get with the messages for you concerning this, okay? And then we'll look at those two names. Now, the bear with 8. 8 is also the number of infinity, you know? There's a certain name for it, for the infinity symbol, which is eternal strength. The bear is also a very much a visionary out of the earthly creatures. Often can symbolize people that have healer skills. No matter what, I've yet to find, I think, a culture or people that where bears are concerned, where they don't see the bear as a healer. They can dig roots and herbs, and fierce, also dreamers. So there might be messages in there for you that way. White is holy as well. I also associate it with knowledge because I think of elders with their white hair. So you just need to crack your own code. And so I can tell you certain things. You have a lot of healing. You're a healer. Yes. So it's talking about they're wanting, I feel like, strong healing ability. It's probably, I feel like a spirit being, a spirit bear, probably wanting to work with you. Definitely feels like along those energies. Because you'd be working with other people. Okay. I get bear a lot in my dreams. Not like I get a lot of dreams, but I've had more than one dream where I've had the bears come in, and for me, with you, that's definitely something about your work. I feel like as a protector, as a healer, and a seer, and something definitely through dreams. So I feel like you would probably do well with social justice as well. I'm sure there might be an interest there. Let's just see what we get, Yushani, for you. You'll be here as long as they need you to be here, I think. So you just, but I think you do probably have very strong tendency toward mediumship, because I just feel like you can quickly access the dead, or they can quickly access you, or there's going to be a point where that happens in all likelihood. Kind of like a underworld. Kind of like you've got an all access pass, I think. You know, you can go through different realities. And people think, oh, that's weird. We do it all the time. Our brain is constantly changing consciousness. So it's no more weird than sleeping, you know? It's a natural part of our being that we haven't fully developed. There's so much that of our brain we don't quote unquote use. I'm convinced that a lot of these skills where we can connect to spirit more easily are in that area. And I think you, Shawnee, you just have a very pronounced, done it a lot. You use a bear as well, Shield? I'm not surprised, Shield Maiden. I could see like bear energy with you. And Cecile says, there are white bears in British Columbia referred. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Thank you. This is why getting confirmation from people that can tell me something like that, like you just did, is gold. Golden. Thank you. My mom and others would ask me to pray, and it did work, and kind of a mystery. Yeah, it's because I think you just have a very like strong line of communication. Some people don't, other people do, and I think some people can work at it and make it stronger. I think we can all do that. It just, if you want to. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I'm getting the card Break Your Routine. And this card is 1967. And I'll read you what it says. But it's awfully cute. 1967. That was a year before I was born. And this card is Break Your Routine and Strange Fruit. Embrace your differences. I think this is just like I was saying, it's another part of your development, Ishani. Let's see. This is cool. I'm liking this. And let's see what other that one doesn't have a, no, it does have a plant, but I can't say the name. It's really long. Reza rubiginosa. Okay, I could say it. Gerbera jamsoni. That's like a daisy flower. I know some of these plants. I can see why they use 1967 because, you know, the daisies and stuff. I love some of that old 60s art and graphics. Let's see. So number 6. Pardon me if I lose my voice. This is so cute. Oh, what a dingbat, you guys. I was right at it. Okay. I gotta get a sip. Oh, it went cold. All right. So break your routine. I'm just going to mute me for a minute and clear my throat really well. Okay. It says the happy-go-lucky Gerbera's generous red, velvety petals lift the spirits and add a pop of color to any room. Okay, on a metaphysical level, Yashani, these flowers represent happiness, celebrations, and parties. Both the red and the orange colors of these Gerberas. I'm going to try something now and share my screen with you. Let me see if we can get one on the screen. Gerbera. Easy. So that would be here. All right. I think this is all I got to do now. I got to go. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Okay, well, that didn't work as planned. Well, it's a bright flower. Yeah, I got all my other windows. Anyway, This card takes us back to the heady days of the late 60s, kicked off by the Summer of Love in 1967 and the culminating in the iconic Woodstock Musical Festival of 1969. Okay. Rebelling against authority, people challenged outdated ideas and attitudes by growing their hair long and wearing outrageous fashions, experimenting with sex, drugs, rock and roll. And they laid the groundwork for exciting ways of looking at things from a society that had been very restricted. So this is about individuality, Ushani, and self-expressionism. And it's about being uniquely you. And it's encouraging you to try something that's different and bring a new energy in. Okay. And this is something that you're called to do. It's wanting you to use these energies in a new way. I think it's like untapped potential, Ishani. Now, the strange fruit is like, again, it's all going and tying in with your unique energy. I think this is a unique being that wants to work with you. And maybe that's why you're getting it over or repetitiously, perhaps. I need that Navajo tea. My next session is on Thursday. Thursdays and Sundays, Tyson. So there is something about breaking free from a routine and being more of who you are. And maybe not necessarily who somebody else says that this is what you should do. This is you being you, you not being guided by somebody else telling you anything. You steering your own boat is what I feel like, honest to goodness. And in all your wonderful uniqueness. And you are truly unique, as you were saying, and in your message, it's showing that. And this is very exciting. Now let's go to the strange fruit. Embrace your differences. Again, this, I'll be on that tea right after this live, Tyson. I seriously will. Strange fruit 12, because I took 2 antihistamine. I still have issues. All right. So again, as I'm saying, it's stepping into the role that you're making for yourself. And I'm feeling like, this is a very powerful, okay, I think I'm getting it. The bear is very powerful, and your medicine's going to be, in essence, very powerful, Yushani, as a healer. It's just maybe that, and as often is the case, we have to kind of create our own ways. And I feel like that's what you're going to be stepping into. And I feel like it's just a need for you to recognize and honor that power. It's very powerful energy. Bear energy is. So it's not for nothing. And like just like the death energy, it's very necessary in our world. I mean, if there was no death, in fact, we wouldn't have a chance for a new beginning, for something new to come in that's better. So I'm feeling like this is just, you're entering into a period of honoring yourself and working independently, perhaps from your teacher, but with a new teacher of, I feel like, a spiritual mentor, the bear energy. We get 2 Bueller bells, trust and patience. You've got to learn to trust. That's the other thing. If you're getting bear coming to you, or any creature, no matter what, that's wanting to work with you, number one, that's an honor. I need that Navajo tea. Pardon me. Number 2, they're waiting for you. And it might be that there's certain things that you have to kind of consciously come to realize. And that is that, number 1, they're not, you might think, well, why me? It's not for ego trip. It's your spirit is meant to do this work, but to do it uniquely your own way, to embrace your differences. Whew. Now, what does this card have to say here? Okay, there's a sweet briar rose that's on the front. Yeah. And it's saying that, like rose hips and the vitamin C, astringent, flowery, but it can be often misunderstood. Okay, this plant. It's often considered a weed, apparently, in some countries, despite its gorgeous display of pink flowers and red bounty of healthy fruit. That's the sweet briar rose. It has an apple scent and plump red rose hips. So eccentric, colorful, hedonistic, dare to be different. Strange fruit whispers, you don't have to conform. The unicorn represents the archetype of the artist and the philosopher, the unconventional, the weird, and the wonderful. Embrace your differences and your oddness, your avant-garde ways. Just be yourself unapologetically. Rage against the beigeists, those humorless people that are dull and bland and who keep you in your place. It's a term coined by the Gauls, Scottish comedian Billy Connolly, the beigeists. Some people are meant to be beige or vanilla, and others are meant to be colorful rainbows, and there's no use trying to fight it. So again, this is encouragement to lift yourself up and honor your uniqueness, that you have unique skills that are going to be different from other people. And if you feel like you've been judged for being too much or too out there, it's saying you just need to embrace that, because it's saying that is exactly who you need to be. So it's definitely interesting, this deck. Tubular bells. I want to see what else it has to say. You have a unique path, and that definitely makes sense with the bears. I think you just need to honor it and ask them to work with you and help you to understand what it is that they want to get across to you. Some cultures, the bear is associated with the West, and that the West is often considered the connected to death because the setting of the sun. And I feel like you just need to be bright and colorful and don't worry about. And I know that I can understand if you feel like, but if I go out and I do that, I'm really standing out. And it's like, yes, you're meant to stand out. Just do it and stand out. You have unique medicine, unique skill. And you're not meant to be beige. So tubular bells is about patience and trust. I feel like you just need to trust it. And sometimes known as squash blossoms. Oh, I love those. The flowers of the zucchini plant are yellow and tubular. So good. They are prized for their culinary contribution to both sweet and savory dishes. There's no use trying to hurry the delicate blossoms. They will flower when they are ready. However, this is a generous and prolific plant, and the flowers lend themselves well to spells for prosperity and fertility. So the plants in divination, when this appears, relax and surrender your problems to the higher power. In doing so, you will be grounded and tranquil. You just need to relax and trust the bear. And it's about being patient. You have been allocated all this time that you need to do what you need to do on Earth. Do you hear me about that death stuff? Okay. Patience and trust is the greater good. And the lessons of this card, you have been allocated all the time. Like I said, you will go when you need to go. You will stay when you need to stay. Sorry, I've got somebody out in the kitchen here. But it's saying you will be given the amount of time that you need to be here on Earth. Okay? Every individual has a different path to follow, so do not compare yourself to others. Manifestation of your dreams can take some time, all right? There is a lag between the world of thought and manifesting in the physical realm. So it can sometimes seem that despite constantly striving toward a much cherished goal or dream, that you're just continually striving. But these obstacles might be a test to see if this is what you truly want or if it is best for you. So some people may accomplish things at an age that is younger than yourself, but it doesn't matter. It's saying you're going to do what you need to do here. You have enough time. Do not be discouraged. Your time will arrive at the perfect moment. And the point of power is always in the present moment. So here's a little bit of work for you. Okay, Shani. The unicorns ask you to think of a symbol that represents your much cherished dream, your life purpose. Take a piece of paper, draw that symbol, color it in any shade that feels right, and place this symbol in a prominent place as a reminder of what is meant for you will come to you. So I feel like you just need to trust. You do have a calling, and it's powerful, but a great deal of this is in trusting. All right? And you will have the time to accomplish whatever it is you're meant to do here, despite the energy of death or that. I really do feel that for you. And be focused. Be focused on that. The names, write them down, because I get a sense of the meaning. I can't rush the meaning, but the meaning will come when the time is right. And you just have to trust again and be patient with that. So I hope that has kind of scratched that itch. Is that why we have a bear for patience? Yeah, probably. Because you have to learn to be patient. It's not easy. Patience literally is a virtue. And to be patient in learning how to be yourself when everybody else seems like they're out there being themselves. And you're like, but what am I? What am I doing? Aren't I supposed to be doing something? And it's like, don't worry about it. You are working. You are going toward, your thing. And it's really also been helpful for me to go, what's for someone else? When I get a fear, that FOMO, fear of missing out, if it's not for me, it's not for me. I will get what's meant for me. And as long as I keep open. Okay? So I think keep open. I think the bears want to work with you and read into their energy. Communicate with them. Lean into the bear. Okay? They have something to teach you. And they have a lot to teach. All right. JR, your question is next. My friend's best friend died under suspicious circumstance. I'm going to put my hair down now again. Her name was Diamond. What happened? And will she get justice? This happened this year. My hair is tangled. There we go. Okay. All right. True crime, folks. Got a true crime situation. I'm really glad because it doesn't want you to. It's saying to kind of relax, know that nothing is wrong. that you have unique, powerful energy that you just need to learn how to trust. Yeah, what a interesting deck, right? Who knows? So it's like settling into and trusting your own energy. Okay, so JR, here is your question. Okay. Diamond. Okay, what happened? Will she get justice? All right, so I'm going to use, I feel like using the tattoo. Went out of focus for a minute. Tarot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, well. Oops. Let me move all these different decks laying around here. Oh, the cap to my water. That would probably be good because I always knock something over, inevitably. All right. Again, the Tattoo Tarot. So pretty, huh? Great artwork. Okay. It's there. All right, let's look at Diamond and what happened to her. I know we've read before, but I don't think I got I don't remember the reading. And that happens because I read a lot of stuff on a lot of stuff. And it can take me a hot minute to remember, to kind of kickstart. And then other times I remember. Never know. Okay, so let's ask Diamond. Okay, this is for you, JR. Diamond. What happened to Diamond, JR's friend? What happened? And will she get justice? What happened to Diamond? This is going to jump out, the Five of Wands, which is usually when people are competing against each other or there's a bit of rivalry at the very least. Okay? It can actually be about physical attack, but at the very least, people being on bad terms, okay, or arguing. It's very argumentative. Okay, so we'll remember that card and we'll just go, okay, universe want us to take a look at, remember that. Let's see, Diamond. You know what I think I'm going to do with Diamond? I'm going to pull this in kind of a semi-Celtic cross laying out, but just like the center of it, to see what was around her. So I'm kind of, as I look off, I'm kind of tuning into her, or trying to, shall I say. And I ask, Diamond, will you assist me to understand what happened to you? Apparently, you passed away under questionable circumstances, suspicious circumstances. JR wants to know what happened. Please assist me. May your spiritual mentors and mine, ancestors, help me to read accurately and clearly. Give me an idea what happened. What happened to Diamond? Okay, I think we can start pulling the cards. Again, I get a Five of Swords. Now with this five, I'm feeling that this is somebody being a bit of a bully, taking advantage, definitely. And a Queen of Swords. This person's a planner. It's strategic thinking. And I don't like the way this queen looks. I feel like this is an act of aggression in some way. And again, before, when I was just shuffling, we got the energy of arguing or heated, energy between people where it's not, they aren't getting along or they're at, not on their good side. The Four of Cups. This is a disconnection from caring, and not also feeling like one is in charge. That is what's coming to me with that. The card that pairs with it is the Ace of Wands. There's something new or communication here. What is that? So I have to set them down, look at them like this. I'm almost feeling like someone was giving, now I have no idea, like someone being given, for some reason, medication here. Like somebody that's not, I don't know. It was someone in charge of, I don't know if somebody messed with someone's medication, or just, it feels hinky. I feel like there's someone that is selfish about winning their own way, and they're not afraid to use people. And they start doing something. An activity with that Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups. And the end result would be, to me, like mentally, somebody's just not conscious, like not aware, or they're pulled back. There's a cloudiness. Okay. Kind of like a fog. But I feel like this is something, I feel like this one adult female is doing, because I feel like she is the Five of Swords. She is the person, and the way she's got her sword raised up, this is a very aggressive female who is not above and using someone else. And I think possibly misbehaving with medications on the sly. I don't know what. Another Four of Pentacles. They want security of some kind. This female, I feel like I'm being shown somebody that is connected to your friend Diamond. Yeah, and we get Justice. I feel like this has to do with some security financially, or there could be, I don't know, a state even. There's a kind of a feeling there with that Four of Coins, because it's of the earth and it is about stability. But I'm feeling like somebody's a little greedy here, and they're not above using, this Queen of Swords is not above using somebody or doing something that's not kind. Oh, I'm sorry, JR, I didn't see that. Died under suspicious circumstances. Her name, okay. Oh, happened this year. Oh, okay. Oh, you're not sure? Okay. Who that is? Well, I'm getting like an adult female. And I don't know who this person is. I don't know if this was someone that was in her home or connected to her. But I feel like someone was not treating her very well, for sure. And maybe another female. There may have at one time, actually, with the Four of Cups, they may have been the Three of Cups at one time prior, but then it looks like something changes and it's not fun anymore. There's a lack of clarity. And I feel like this person is doing something with medications or something. They feel like there's some kind of sense of security in why they did this in connection to her. I think there's something strange there. because somebody's really wanting to secure some kind of finance. And the death and the judgment. The bigger picture is needed to be looked at here. Who benefits if there was something untowards that happened? Who benefits? Was there a change in a will? Was there something here? Because I get some shady energy that calls with the Justice card for balance. And with regard to money or things of value, real estate, houses, things like that. I don't know if there was somebody that thought that they were going to get something, or they were hoping and going to, after her passing, but there's some kind of responsibility for her passing. And I think that she's showing me that there was somebody that was messing with something, hoping to gain something of value. I do feel like her death, there's something definitely with judgment that was not, that requires greater scrutiny. There's calling for that, to look at the death, to look at the change, and maybe the changes towards her end of life, what was happening, who was in her life. Okay. The Four of Wands, who was in her home, that was maybe an associate or a friend, or I keep feeling like there was that there was somebody that was kind of maybe looking for her or looking out for her a bit. May have been initially more of a friend. I don't know about this, but I just feel like somehow in the past, you know how I brought up that Three of Cups earlier when I saw that four? Well, now I'm being shown that three and the Four of Wands, and I'm feeling like it was a social connection prior. And I don't know if this person said that they would help your friend and then they help themselves. But I feel like there's another person in this picture and they had an ulterior motive. I do. I don't see this as just a straightforward passing. I'm getting cards that are saying, look closer at this. There's an issue of greed. Because the Four of Pentacles with the Justice card says there's an imbalance. We're having enough or having stable security. It can also be, your health. Of course, the health issue needs to be looked at. I don't know. I feel like somebody was messing with stuff with her. I don't know if she was sick or if she became having issues, but I would look at anyone that was living with her or that had any kind of a special interest. The Two of Swords, somebody's wanting things to be kept quiet, and they're also very defensive. I feel like she's showing me an individual that had an agenda with regard to her passing. And they definitely are keeping quiet with the Two of Swords. And they're highly defensive with the Seven of Wands. So to me, there's a feeling of some kind of guilt there. And I don't know what they did. But I'm not liking the energy. Because it feels like they were thinking about how they would benefit. Knight of Cups and the Fool. Again, I'm feeling like something put in something and taking a gamble. I don't know, again, if somebody definitely took a risk where she is involved. And she took a risk trusting this person. I think she thought she could trust this person, because I keep getting the feeling of there had been some social connection. Okay. And then the Knight of Cups and the Fool. But this person's a bit crafty. And this person's thinking, who added Nightbot? No. Hold on, folks. There we go. I don't want the bats coming in. So I'm seeing that I feel like at least one person, but I think there may have been another person that they got to do some things. But I feel like I do see the motives of it looks like someone here. And the Knight of Cups could be a young man, or as well, or a young adult, again, up to the age of 34, somebody that's taking a high risk, and I think tinkering around with some substances. Can I remove this? I'm going to block that. Okay. The Six of Wands, they feel like they got away with something, and the Ace of Cups. Cups again. There's a sense of satisfaction. There's a sense of want, of fill, of being greedy. I get somebody in the environment that's a bit gluttonous. So I don't know. She should, again, I think they need to look at closely who was around. Who was around. And I do think there was someone interested in what they could do. I think it got the better of them. I don't think one of her so-called friends was so great. You're welcome. So I think you have a right to be suspicious. I think something was going on. And I see somebody, whoever was doing this, took a big risk. And I think sadly enough, I think they felt like they got the benefit of it. Okay. So, all right, let's go to the next question. Oh, I keep jumping all around. All right. Irene, and then we have one more. That will be P44 Chippo's question. So Irene Vera, I don't know if you're here or not, but your question is coming up. Okay. I can quit bouncing around all these different windows I've opened. Here we go. Yes. Can't stand that stuff. Okay, so Irene Vera, here is your reading. What is in store for your family? Okay, in 2022, love, finance, stability. Yeah, let's take a look. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use, you know what? I know, just for funsies, I'm going to use our Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. I got to go back in the other room and get some of my other decks. Okay. Yes, please do hit the thumbs up if you haven't. We have one more question after this, and that will be the end of the live. We've gone a little half hour over, but that's all right. Okay, Irene Vera and family. Okay, so I'm connecting with Irene and her ancestors and mine, and I'm asking for the Most High's assistance. What is coming? What is on the horizon for Irene Vera and family for 2022? Good to see you, Ron. Okay, Irene, Vera, 2022, and family. All right. Rainforest. This is really pretty. And it says the good luck card. Oh. So, Irene, you are getting good luck. And I also get strange fruit. Embrace your differences. It's about being true to yourself. Be uniquely you. And don't worry about what other people think or if your shirt's too loud or whatever. If you wear what you like. Do what you feel like. And we have the 10. Let me just bounce back here. Okay. I have to thank him for that. All right. Rainforest. Alrighty. So the Monstra plant, that's with rainforest. Okay. See those green, I guess those green things, leafy things. The Monstera plant is a symbol of longevity and prosperity. It is native to the rainforests of southern Mexico, where it thrives in the lush tropical climate. The holes in the shiny dark green leaves let the sunlight through to the dark forest floor. A metaphor for happiness shining through the darkness. This plant is also known as the Swiss cheese vine or the fruit salad plant. An impressive looking species, it is said to attract good luck into the homes and offices that have one on display. I better go buy one. That I do like them. They are really pretty. So the unicorn offers rays of hope and happiness, and the rainforest card brings good news and glad tidings. So oh yeah, I have heard of Bears Ears Run in Utah. That's cool. I like bears very much. And so you have good luck energy coming in, Irene. The strong, vibrant energy of the rainforest foretells great joy. Be assured that everything is in working order the way it's supposed to, in harmony, when you draw this happy unicorn. Trust in the natural order and enjoy gorgeous good luck that you are about to receive. This luck will generally take the form of a verdant green energy of growth, renewal, and prosperity. So go buy yourself a Monstera plant in a golden pot to create fantastic energy in your home. Good locations for this plant are the entrance or the living room. Monsteras love warmth, filtered light, and scant watering, making them perfect for the ideal indoor plant. So nurturing it will also nurture the flow of good luck into your place of residence. Be prepared for perfectly positive events. So you get a card of a great deal of growth and good luck. It looks like harmony. I think people kind of leveling up and embracing who they are. I think maturing, Put yourself out there. Fireworks. Look at that. That's so pretty. Don't be afraid, again, to go out in the world and offer uniquely what you have to offer, your unique sense of humor, your skills, whatever it is. But put yourself out there so that people, that you cross paths with more interesting people, I think. Let's see what else they're going to say. Fireworks. I bet that's pretty cool. You got really good reading here. Wish my cards were like this. Put yourself out there. It is the self-conscious. If you have shyness or self-consciousness that's hindering your progress, don't be afraid to show the world what you excel at. So if you have certain talent, again, like I was saying, don't be afraid to say that you're good at it. Displays of talent, personal power, or even wealth are not always a negative thing. They can be appropriate in the right circumstances, and many creative people feel uncomfortable about self promotion and making money from their craft. Indeed, self promotion is often seen as arrogant, egotistical, and vain. Not such good qualities. However, toiling away on secret projects and not sharing your progress or triumphs with others is counterproductive. Putting yourself out there and on display can lead to new opportunities, invitations, money, even awards and promotions. It's perfectly acceptable to make good money from your creative talents, and by letting people know this, you can inspire others too. So, be again a message of being yourself, and maybe if there's something that you and your family do, I don't know if it's making a certain food or certain crafts that are unique, offer them maybe to a broader audience, and you could make money. Yeah. So it's saying unicorns. Ask the unicorns to show you one simple small step you can make towards self promotion today. It may be sharing your work in public. Definitely, it's about not being a wallflower, speaking up, showing who you are and all your wonderfulness and uniqueness. That's definitely the message for tonight. Um, and it may be sharing, so, be more public, make contact with a business or influential people. The action will make you feel nervous, but also excited, and can lead to more opportunities. So it's like if there's a little hobby you have, I just feel like there's something that people would enjoy in the world. And I don't know, there's maybe something as a family, recipes, heritage, something you can offer. And then you get the psychedelic card. Wisdom from the fairy folk. And this can be from an altered consciousness. Wrong book. I was just reading this one, 25. So definitely, I see good luck. I think that you have the opportunity to actually earn some kind of income, Irene, or just enjoyable with a skill or craft. It could be family based. So let's see, 25. I just want to get this psychedelics. Wisdom from the fairy folk. I know it has to do with plants, though, too. The mushrooms, that were once used by Siberian shamans and rituals to go on visions and heal the sick. In Germany, it is seen as a symbol of good luck. And that is a mushroom, the fly agaric mushroom. It's red with the white spots, okay? And in Germany, it's seen as like good luck. In medieval times, the mushroom was used medicinally as an expectorant. So it helped you cough up stuff, and an anti-inflammatory. While this toadstool does not contain psilocybin, the natural compound found in mushrooms that produce the psychedelic visions, it is known as a magic mushroom in its own right due to the psychoactive compounds, ibotenic acid and muscimol. I don't know. Anyway, it is encouraging you to explore, this wisdom and enchantment from the trees and plants and nature, dreams and visions, significant period of brilliant ideas marinating. It's really talking about things that you've been working on, kind of, I feel like, coming into full. And enjoy this altered state of consciousness as you allow clever concepts and images to flow. It can come to you through dreams. You don't have to be eating magic mushrooms. It's nature spirits. So I feel like, again, this one is definitely pointing toward working with nature spirits. And I don't know what you would have, but there's something that you're meant to share, and your family. and it's unique. So you'll have to let me know what that is, Irene. Let me know for 2022, because you get really good cards of growth, gloriously human, think outside the box. It's about being different for sure. All right. So that looks really good. And the last question we have for the evening is P44 Chippo. Is there a chance my financial situation changing for the better? And prosperity very soon. It would really help. What do my guides have to say? So let's take a look. P44 Chippo's finances getting better. And let's see what the cards have to say about that. And this is the last question before I lose my voice completely. Okay, let's see. I got to make sure I put all the right books back in the boxes here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tattoo Tarot for P44's question about their finances and if we see them improving. All right, let's take a look and see what we get. Okay, so I'm asking the ancestors to help me read for P44 Chippo. And what can you show me or tell me, share about their financial, any improvement, what they should know about improving their prosperity? What is the message? And will they become more prosperous? And I want to thank the ancestors and the Most High, as always. Okay. Okay. P44 Chippo. Finances. Improving. What is the message? Okay. The Empress. I'm going to say yes. And the Moon. Now, right now, you have insecurities. There's uncertainty. And I can appreciate that. But being that you do have the Empress there, there's just this message I get that you're going to move forward, that there is greater there. It's just there's fear that needs to be worked through. And I think some things just clarified, maybe budgeting and that sort of thing would be a start, because the Moon feels very fluid, like there's no structure really. And that's just a sense. I could be wrong, but regardless, the feeling is that you do have the Empress. There is abundance there for you, but for some reason we have the uncertainty of the Moon. Now, the Eight of Coins comes, and that's definitely stepping up. There's also, I think, perhaps the awareness of certain skills that you could learn or brush up with and put in your portfolio to where you could earn a bit more money. Or it just might be a job of finding something that you could learn to do that will bring in more income. I definitely feel like there's something with that, because this is where you realize and there is an action that you can take that you hadn't thought of before. And it's kind of a eureka. It could be a calling for you as well. That is work that is interesting. It is a skill that you are learning and something where you would be putting practical hands-on experience. So I feel like there is realizing something about maybe what you want to do as well. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Wands. There's been a delay, but it's been meant to get perspective. So there's been a hold in this pattern, and you can see the energy that wants to take off and get going here. And I do think you will, but I think that you need to just realize that the delay or the hold has been necessary for you to reevaluate fears around abundance again, and not letting that, work over your perspective. So it's a change in perspective too that happens. And I think with this greater awareness, you're able to bring in more money in some way. Knight of Swords. So I see you looking, and I see you finding something with the Ace of Cups. There's a sense of satisfaction with something that you find. And it could have to do with some kind of self-expression as well. I just feel like, it's flowing. And there's a lot of feeling, and there's being able to share it. It's like you can't. There's stability. Yes, it's coming with the Four of Pentacles here. This is your security, and that's coming with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. It's a message coming in. So you should be getting some good news. I feel like it could be around school or learning a skill for Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of Cups and Pentacles, so it's like reflecting and using your intuition. And I do think that you will move out of definitely that insecure spot to a place of security. But I see it is from thinking on it and going over things, using your intuition as well as your logic. There's the realization of, I feel like, certain things that you can learn that you will be able to earn some kind of income from. Now, the Seven of Swords indicate that something may not be as someone is saying it is. So just be mindful of that. Someone might say, well, you can earn this much money, and then try to play silly games, because this usually indicates a dishonesty around a great deal of money, or something where pay or work is concerned. So just be using your intuition. If something says, earn fast money, they're likely going to take advantage of you. So I think there's the need to make sure that you use your intuition here when it comes to considering jobs. Okay? And choosing ones that will make that possible. So I see looking at that needs to happen a little bit more. You may not have looked at because you might be a little bit afraid, I don't know, but the Tower is coming with the leverage. So there's going to be some sort of a choice. And I think you kind of get pushed where we get a reset button here. And don't be afraid of that. But it's meant to help you shore up better jobs over and work, I think, or income, than choices that are not as good. So I know that there's going to be a real shift coming. So the answer is yes. Yes, the World and the Wheel of Fortune. But not without some thought. Not without it wanting you, the Spirit wants you to think a little bit about your perspective to do with fear of lack, I think. And just know that if something sounds like it's too good, use your intuition. Use that judgment, discernment, because I think you'll be able to weed out what's a better deal for you. Okay. So I see it changing, but it's really important to flip your perspective on it. Maybe think about how this, what, you know, goals. If you have some goals, maybe write them out. Like I want to save up $100 or $50 every month or whatever. I think that clarifying and providing structure will help deal with that moon energy that's like a little uncertain, or that makes you feel, you know, like you're not as comfortable as you could be. I think it's just a matter of applying it that way. And I see it changing. And so believe it can change, because it will. And let me know. Something big will come in. And it might be a bit annoying and sudden, but it's going to shift and pop you out of a rut that you've been in and help you to shift your mindset. Okay? P44. All right, you guys. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Almost going into 3 hours, but it was really a lot of fun. And I appreciate you all so much. I will be getting up some videos. Monday we'll have the coffee affirmation. Have yet to do that. So that will be a little video that you will be around tomorrow morning. And then I have the St. Michael Archangel to do some messages with. Okay? And I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to close this out with some Reiki. And you guys can just receive that. And take care. It was fun. And Dean, I have to get in contact with you. I'm so behind. Anyway, I'm going to go feed my face, finish my salad, and go to the bathroom. It was great fun, you guys. Thank you so much, as always. And again, my lives are Thursdays and Sundays. And I will see you real soon. If not in my life, probably in someone else's. You made it to the end, Cecile in Montreal. Yes. Love you too, Yashani. You are love. Mwah. Take care. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.